Good morning. Today we are talking about communicating constructively. So if you open up your folder, our bell ringer is here. Talking on the phone, joking with friends, conversing with an adult, quarreling with a sibling, asking to borrow money, discussing a homework assignment. What do all of these things have in common? So we're going to read our read first and go our objectives and standards right here, then our bell ringer. And the answer to our bell ringer is all of these items require verbal communication, so talking back and forth. Verbal communication is extremely important in our daily lives. This lesson will help us make difficult conversations easier and more effective. Then it says go to Easy Talk, Tough Talk assignment. So we're going to open up that assignment. And let's see. Okay, so this activity will help you classify different conversations according to their difficulty. Examples: a conversation with a close friend about what to wear to a party. That's an easy conversation to have. We have those all the time. A telephone conversation to schedule a dentist appointment. Average difficulty. Makes us kind of uncomfortable, but it's not hard or anything like that. A request to a boss for a raise. That's difficult. So you're going to list 3 examples for each one. And then what makes certain conversations easy and others difficult. So having a conversation with a close friend about what to wear at a party, that's easy because those are conversations that we have all of the time. We know that no feelings are going to get hurt about this. We know that there's really not going to be anybody that disagrees with us, right? A telephone conversation to schedule a dentist appointment. Now it can be kind of hard because maybe we're talking to a professional or someone older than us, and that makes us uncomfortable. Or maybe they don't have an appointment for us at the right time, or they tell us a time that we have something scheduled already, and so we kind of have to go back and forth with that person about what works best for us. And then our request to a boss for a raise is difficult because it's, for one, hard to talk about yourself and why you deserve a raise. And 2, they could say no. So we have that fear of being turned down. Okay, so back to our read first. So now let's talk about iMessages and not the kind on your phone. So an iMessage is a technique that you can use to express yourself when you're upset or angry that will lead to open discussion and that will not escalate conflict. When you use an iMessage, people are more willing to listen to you and respond to your requests without being defensive. iMessages encourage discussion and help reduce frictions. So an iMessage begins with a statement of feelings. I feel afraid. I feel tense. I feel worried. It is followed by a statement of what the problem is. So when you don't take out the garbage, when you're late picking up, when you skip class. And iMessage ends with your reason for feeling the way you do, and it tells you how the observed behavior affects you, but it doesn't say you. So we're not blaming the person. We're just explaining how it affects us. So I put 2 examples here. An example: I feel tense when you ditch career prep class because I can't ignore your absences, and attending career prep class is required to graduate. Or, I feel upset when you don't turn in your work because I can't grade it if it isn't turned in. So then it says to practice some iMessages to your closest friend, your teacher, or someone in your family. So let's see. Okay, so for the practicing iMessage, you begin with I feel, so you'll explain your feelings and don't accuse the other person. So you may feel mad or angry, but you shouldn't use the word mad or angry or other aggressive or accusatory words on this line because such words do not encourage dialogue. No one wants to respond to that. So students should use the vocabulary feelings. I'll attach a page that has vocabulary feelings activity sheet to find words other than mad or angry to describe how you feel. Remind them to avoid using the word you. Okay, so for line 2, which is the word explaining the action, the description of what the other person does that upsets you, it should describe the other person's specific action but not label or accuse the person. For example, you should write when you don't return my things. That describes the actions, but you should not write when you are inconsiderate because that labels the person. Understanding that when a person acts in a way that seems inconsiderate, it's a specific behavior that is causing the negative feeling, and the person isn't necessarily purposefully being inconsiderate. Okay, and the last line, explain in detail why you are feeling how you are feeling. So you might write, because they are important to me, and that explains the importance of the action or behavior to the other person. Okay, so iMessages are a valuable tool for communication because they allow for open dialogue without the other person getting offended or feeling defensive. When your sentence begins with I, you're not accusing the other person, and the other person won't become defensive, like I just said. It allows you to express how you feel. It encourages open discussion and can help resolve a conflict quickly and easily. Okay. So what recent activities can you think of in your life that could have been improved if you would have known about iMessages? And now maybe you can go back and have that conversation with an iMessage. So some key points for today. Let me make sure that was everything. Key points for today are effective communication is important in people's lives, and awareness of both parties' emotions in a conversation can help you communicate more effective. And an iMessage is a technique that helps people to communicate when they are upset or angry without escalating conflict. And then we have a assessment for today. Okay, so what are some conversations? Why are some conversations more difficult than others? We discussed that when we talked about the activity that we had for today. Write 3 angry or accusatory statements, then rewrite them as iMessages. So you're going to have 6 items here. 3 that are angry statements, like Mr. Smith is inconsiderate because he only gives us 1 day to do all of our assignments. Then you can rewrite that as, I feel overwhelmed when assignments have 24-hour due dates because I don't have enough time to do them. So that would be an example of an angry statement and then an iMessage. And then list 3 reasons why iMessages are a more effective communication tool than angry or accusatory statements. And we just discussed that. And that's all that we have for today. And I'll post the vocab right here that we talked about for your iMessages when you practice them. And if you have any questions, let me know. FFA is doing a canned food drive right now. So if you would like to donate any canned food drives or any items that fall into that category, I can arrange for you to come and drop them off. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're happy and healthy, and I hope to see you soon.